Any questions, guys? Any questions at all? So actually, most viewers that we've had for casting, I mean, I might have been a little bit wrong, but 61 viewers. I don't know if we've had any more than that since I've been casting. Yeah, I might be wrong.
I've had over 200 odd users here before, so it is good
Okay.
to see
But,
that this
well, I mean,
competition definitely biggest amount as at the moment.
yeah, yeah, this competition, at least from what I've seen. Lighters, I am there, or actually not lighters. I don't know why I said lighters, but Waz, we can go on a date whenever you want.
Yeah.
Just drop your number there in the chat, and we can go ahead if you want. Funny enough, do you guys ever think that SA will go international with CS? We spoke about that before. That's a question from Demonic ZA. We spoke about that before in terms of Mirage. I remember when we were speaking about what map to use. Apparently in the chat when we were talking about that, they were saying that they actually do use the new one. Lighter, same thing, bruh. Get up first. Anyway, oh, what was I about to say? Yeah, so I definitely think it can go international. It's gone international before. I remember DC went overseas. Some people making some jokes there, but that's all fun and nothing wrong with that. But yeah, again, so what are your thoughts on now with CS:GO teams from SA going overseas? Hello?
Yes, I'm here. Sorry, I'm just trying to sort out this. Yeah, no, it looks like team is still down on my side. Anyway, with regards to teams going overseas, I think that South Africa has got the skill level to go and compete against the best. I just think it's more so a psychological problem that they've got. Having guys go overseas for the first time, is always going to be a little bit too much for most people. But in certain cases, I think that. Like if you're gonna go over with the right mindset to say, okay, listen, we first time players on the international scene, but we good. We know we good, and we are capable of getting into like the quarterfinals or the semifinals and so forth. And that's where I think, a lot of South African sides, would be able to be able to perform if they've got that type of mindset going into international competition. Then just looking at the overall skill level in this country as well. Also bear in mind, these are not guys that play 8 hours a day. These are not guys that get paid to play as well. These are guys that kind of in their free time will go and sit and play a game with their mates or with their teammates and try and take on the biggest and best teams in SA, and this includes the biggest and best teams in SA. These are guys that have 9 to 5 jobs. They get home, they get about 3 hours practice a night, and looking at that skill level, it's pretty damn good, compared to the international scene.
No, I definitely agree with that. I was just explaining to Explicit now that he was saying that maybe we should. Apparently, my message got deleted because it was too long. But anyway, he was saying that we should get Reddit. We should get a Reddit account and post on Reddit that we are streaming. I said that the thing's already on HLTV, so if any international people want to watch, they can. And I saw some international people voting on the CS:GO Lounge. But I mean, yeah, that's another thing that maybe you could look at. I don't know if you've looked at it before, but posting on Reddit that you are streaming could help in getting some international viewers coming to watch the game.
Yes!
That'd be awesome.
I'm going in. I'm connected. Sorry. Okay. I agree with you. Yes, the Reddit side of things. Also, just bear in mind this casting channel's only been going for about 2 months, so there are little ins and outs here there that I need to look into. Specifically, things like Reddit, and I'm gonna put that down tonight as a little thing to remember next time we do a cast, that at least it will be broadcasted on Reddit. We are using currently hltv.org as well. Like we already a stream on that site. We're using CS:GO Lounge as well to broadcast out to the world that we are casting. So we're getting there, and I think it's only going to take a small matter of time that when basically we've been able to cover all those grounds. So thank you to Explicit to mentioning Reddit this evening. I think for the next casts we will be posting it on there. Okay, I need
Yeah,
to get
another
him to see
avenue you
it.
can always approach is Twitter. But I mean, again, you kind of got to get the followers. So maybe Reddit, maybe being the best thing, as you
Yeah.
don't have to worry about who's following you to see the post and whatever. Uh, I hope this is the question. I just want to read it. Do you guys feel a lot of our talents are too divided amongst teams in SA, and that when we compete abroad, we should choose a team consisting of the best players, giving them enough time to get to gel as a team, of course. Me personally, I disagree with that. Right now, the teams look as comfortable as they're going to get, in my opinion. I don't think taking, the likes of Custom, I'm just thinking of EC now, and putting in Bravado is going to make Bravado any stronger. I think, the teams are quite solid at the moment from what I've seen. In terms of putting a super team together and giving them time to gel, there's another thing you kind of got to look at. It's not just giving them time to gel and now they're the best team in the world. You got to look at personality differences. Um, maybe they put their personality differences aside, but that can always be brought up. With one fight between one team. One player not being able to take criticism from another player that likes to dish it out. That kind of thing. Thinking that player's not good enough to be in the team and whatever. But me personally, I disagree with it just on those type of points. There's so many factors that you need to consider before putting a team like that together for international team, that is. Again, I definitely agree with Deviant there. When we're speaking about the learning curve, I brought that up. Getting better is having good players versus good players is the best way for everyone to get better. I agree with that. Blanimal making some jokes there about his teammate King. Lol. Um,
Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna quickly post you the address that that we can connect into. Just with regards to some of you guys that are watching the stream this evening, thank you very much for tuning into Nav Gaming TV. Please let your friends know that we are pretty much broadcasting the Arena Cup losers bracket final, which should be starting in the next couple of minutes, and then the grand final thereafter. I think that's going to be a crack of a match. Whoever takes it here, will go through to play damage control in the final, and I think a lot is at stake there. We are a little bit behind schedule, unfortunately, due to Steam giving us issues, but I think we're pretty much ready to go. Just looking at the server now, the Exabyte side is online. We're just waiting for Bravado now to pretty much rock up, and we can get this game on the go.
so the finals is going to be tonight, you say?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, the finals
Awesome. Okay.
will be played this evening.
That at least makes the best of one maybe a little bit easier, or easier to grasp at least. Yeah, so how long does Bravado have to join? They obviously don't run by the rules, so let's hear their rule set.
Yeah. No, but
I
there has been a technical issue here with regards to Steam, so we can give them the benefit of the doubt, being a little bit later. After all, it is the finals that we are playing as, so I think it's not too much of an issue if they take a couple extra minutes to get on. All that we want on our side is to be able to cast a decent game tonight. Just looking at it now, the Exabyte side have got their 5, and it doesn't look like there's any connection issues there, which is great. So we won't have a guy dropping here and there like King the other night. But
I sort of agree with King in the chat, just to a certain extent. Maybe one of the Bravado guys just could have messaged them and say, listen guys, we're going to be a little bit late, do you know that Steam is down, whatever. Like I said, Steam is down, so that's one of the reasons, but maybe just communicating with the team so that they can just go warm up on the server again, take some time out to go and do whatever their warm up ritual is. Extend that just a little bit more, but then again, King kind of has a point. I don't know if anyone is agreeing with him, or I mean not agree with him if any of the Bravado players messaged him at all, but I mean again,
User was moved out
I don't know
of your
who
channel.
that was, Cheap Thrills, but anyway, yeah, I don't know where any of the Bravado players are, if they've contacted ORENA, yourself, or any of the Exabyte players.
Just a second, we just need to move a channel down. We're in an open channel, that's what's happening. I'm going to move you quickly, don't worry.
Channel switched. User was
Okay,
moved
cool.
to your channel.
Yeah, I'm busy chatting to Ragnar now. He's obviously trying to get his team out. I can see Center's not online, so he might still have difficulties connecting in. And then just looking around to see what other Bravado players are available at the moment. They are aware of the times. They have agreed to the times as well. But let's just see what we can do. Yeah, I also saw Deviant was on the channel as well. So he's obviously playing, well, he should be playing this evening. He's obviously also readying himself up, to join the server in the next few. And once that gets going and everything is pretty much sorted, we can have an awesome time casting tonight's match. Looking very much forward to it.
I see the Sent actually messaging Blanimal, or Lighter as he wants to be called, whatever. Where is the Dare Hater in the channel? Or the two Dare Haters, man? I was actually enjoying the banter. It was quite fun to read and to have a little bit of a chuckle at. Just passing the time. That would have been some fun reading. Hopefully they do come back. Okay, yeah, we're just waiting for Bravado and one of the Exabyte players to join the server. I'm guessing one Exabyte player just taking a little bit of a break, doing whatever he has to do to warm up a little bit more, maybe.
Yeah. Do you want to get some stuff to drink quick? Prep up, make sure everything's ready. Or at least I'm gonna go and do that quickly. If you want to carry on talking with the guys, I just want to make sure that my throat doesn't conk out halfway through the cast. It's happened before. It's quite bad. So, from my side, I'm gonna quickly run off, just quickly to grab some water, coffee. The works. I'm gonna have about 3 cups of coffee and some water here with me, and then probably just quickly squeeze in a half a cigarette. So, if you want to have a chat more with the guys, by all means, dude. I'll check you guys now.
I can't really post links in the chats, but if you guys are looking for a really great game, the Bravado, I mean, not Bravado, NRP versus Navi game is on right now. So that's actually quite a good watch. I don't know if Light is trying to post. Everyone's message is getting deleted. Some politics there going on. Not too sure. Yeah, so that is the Fragbite Masters competition with Semler and Anders. Hopefully all of you do know them if you watch DreamHack or NRP Gaming TV. Awesome. I'm just gonna look at the scores now. Again, some nice quality on the Fragbite actually on source, and it wasn't lagging at all. So if you are lagging on that stream, then I don't know what's wrong with your LAN. I'll give you the score now. I'm just waiting for it to be updated. Again, thanks for the access to Moobot. That's quite awesome. Also, I can post all the links I want. Huh? I'm just kidding. Again, just waiting on the score. Maybe I can get it from HLTV. Again, guys, hopefully, I should just post this link. Maybe this will help out a couple of people. And it does work. That's basically like the hub of CSGO International. There's a couple of South African things they put on, like for Rage. They had the South African games on there. I mean, some of the community people in the threads and whatever are kind of retarded, I won't lie. But you can keep up to date with all the games. You can go download some POV demos that haven't been updated just yet. I think there's been a bug in CSGO. You can watch latest game demos at least. Just refresh and harness your skills. Thanks to Henza, just messaged me there on Steam. I appreciate that. Okay, guys. In my opinion, one of the greatest sites for CSGO at the moment. There was one more. I can't remember the name at the moment. But that's kind of died out. They're trying to revive it, but I don't think it's going to get the likes of HLTV. Latest blogs you can read there. What's actually happening in CSGO. All the updates of CSGO get posted here like immediately almost. Maybe make some of your own threads, get some exclusiveness and exposure here for South Africa. Apparently the game has started. Let me just go check the stream there. Hopefully we haven't missed the game. It hasn't. It looks like everyone's on the server, so thanks for pointing that out to me. I do appreciate that again.
And I'm back as well.
Apparently it's going to be Dust 2. It looks like they did enough. I apologize for that, guys. My sound wasn't on at the moment, so I couldn't hear the slashing of the knives or any pistols going on. Again, you know, I didn't think that the
Right, cool. Right, so you basically indicated that they've got the knife round on the go there. Bit of an important part we actually missed there. Unfortunately, you know, due to the whole Steam logon issues here and there, we've kind of not been there's no indication, you know, actually when it's going to occur. So, on your side, did you now see that it is actually a knife round now for pretty much for map selection and sides?
well, basically I just read in the Twitch chat that apparently the game had started, so I kind of just alt-tabbed straight back into the game, and it looked like it was on cache, and then all of a sudden I saw some writing. I couldn't read it quick enough, and it changed to Dust 2. So maybe they've got the knife round out of the way. I just want to see maybe my sound.
Yeah.
Well, my sound was loud enough. I'm sure I would have heard some knifing going on, so I might be wrong. But from what I've seen, you know, all the knife rounds have actually been on Dust 2, so maybe that's one of the rules that we've
It is pretty much
not
the
actually
rule.
looked at.
Yeah.
Is that the rule?
Well, yeah, in most cases, in most matches that are played, in actual fact, in all matches that are played, everyone starts off on Dust 2 for the knife round, just for sanity's sake. Everyone knows that you're going to go long, you're going to go knife it out, and that's it. From there on, obviously, map selections occur, and then side selections as well. So, map eliminations, and then side selections. But in this case, we're into the game now, so I'm just pretty much waiting like you on to check to see if they are going to be knifing or they have knifed already. So
I think it's going to be enough. I definitely would have heard it.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Looking now. But
Trying to
again,
keep track.
a little funny thing. I don't know if you've ever seen it before. I saw it once. I think it was a Fnatic player who did it. I can't actually remember too specifically. Maybe even an NRP. I'm not too sure. One of the Swedish teams. And obviously, like the rule or like the niche thing to do here is knife on long. And in my opinion, the CT side a little bit of a disadvantage knifing on long. You know, having to funnel through those doors. So if the CTs kind of get there in time, they can sort of like just hold you between those doors a little bit. But a funny thing I saw a T-sided team do is they actually push one of the players all the way on short, and he comes back and knifes the people on long. And the guys were like, "No, what's this? This is lies. You can't do this, whatever, whatever." And technically, it is actually allowed because you are still knifing on the long area.
Yeah, that's right. You can come from behind if you want.
So funny enough, I'd obviously maybe if one of the guys on the stream is hearing me now, obviously Exabyte, Exabyte, little bit of a voice squeak there, but Exabyte being on the CT side, I know a lot of them are on the stream at the moment. So if anyone is going to hear, it's either them or Deviant. If Deviant's still listening, please just entertain us with a little bit of a backstab. That'd be quite funny. You know, it's a one shot, one kill stabbing from the back. So
yeah, but yeah, that'll be quite fun to watch. So anyway, just quickly, Alex, I'm going to give you guys the quick rundown on the lineup here. We got the full Bravado DGC winning side here. We got Deviant, Rachno, Detrony, Black Poison, and then obviously Sent the captain. On the Exabyte side, we've got pretty much the strongest Exabyte side present again, which includes players such as Waz, Ripped, King, Lighters, and then Technique. Technique coming back from quite a long period of not being able to play, but he made such an impact, I've noticed, in the last couple of games. But now jumping right back into it, we are on track. They are going to be going for the knife round now, so it doesn't look like anyone's going to be going left, right, and from behind. Let's hope, for some of you, Exabyte, and for some of you, Bravado wins this knife round. So crucial time here right now. Map selection here. We've got 2 on 2 right now. Now it's only Scent and Technique. Cracker of a 1-on-1 here, as they try and jab at each other here, both on half HP. So the one that gets the shot in will definitely take it, and Bravado go through. and win the knife run. Also important.
Yeah, I said before, I think that they're still okay. They are going to eliminate second, which is going to be Bravado. Bravado's going to pick the sides at least. So hopefully, Exabyte do eliminate first. Yeah, maybe they're not understanding Bravado saying they want to eliminate second. But anyway, hopefully we can get Exabyte eliminating here. I still think that the admins or players just need to read the rules. Okay, maybe Bravado actually choosing to eliminate first at the end of the day.
That's right, yeah.
So maybe Deviant actually listening to what I was saying on the stream here. Taking up Mirage, you know, one of the maps that I said basically in this best of one is going to be one of the best maps to play in cohesion with Inferno. There we go, we have Nuke being taken out from Exabyte.
Good choice, yeah.
Not a big surprise there, you know. They kind of have to take that and train out, in my opinion. There we go, Deviant definitely listening to what I have to say, and there goes Inferno out before any other map. So maybe a Dust 2 1-on-1, because I know they're not going to let Train through. So unless they have something secretly planned on Train, but I mean,
No, there we go.
We're going to have a Dust 2, which I did say was the third best map to play.
Bravado
So
should go for the CT choice here. So now this is the crucial part here for Exabyte, okay? It's a pretty even Stevens map here between the two. Bravado is pretty strong, so is Exabyte. But looking at it now, Bravado choosing the weaker team here is obviously going to be a little bit detrimental to them. It could work against them or work for them. But as far as I'm aware, for some of you guys are asking, this is a best of one. And then we're going to stream right into the grand final, who will be the winner of this game against Damage Control. But quickly back to this this whole selection and map elimination thing here. Exabyte have got a very good T-strat, combination on this map specifically. So they've got the opportunity to actually take this from Bravado. Bravado maybe should have gone for the T-side choice. However, their last couple of games, they've been selecting the CT side and then keeping with that idea, and actually it actually works out for them on the end of the day, because they can get to judge to see how effectively did they defend as the CT side and how hard do they need to play as the Ts.
funny enough, from what I've seen Bravado on Dust 2, when they do pick the CT side, or whenever they go to the CT side, they actually play that CT side a lot more effectively than they do the T side. I was about to say had the pistol round started, but I saw some Famuses and M4s. Dead Pony, which is the Trony, just discussing some strats apparently. Again, you know, I don't want to see the short push all the time. You know, we saw PM do it. However, Exabyte being a lot more of a tactical team, if they do end up going short, you know, you're obviously going to see the smokes, flashes, and definitely maybe a Molotov on the bomb side itself. If I can take this first round away, unless you want to do that.
Go for it.
Awesome. So we do see the Glock train coming out here on long, but Bravado do see prepared to have 3 players here on long. So maybe not the best choice here for Exabyte. We see Waz going down to 18 HP or 19 HP, but Deviant getting taken down at the end there. And the Trony with the decoy, you know, maybe not going to make too much of a difference. And there's a nice little decoy there from the Exabyte side, just landing there on that ledge. Ragnar down to 32 HP. If they can take Ragnar down here in the middle, this is going to be a big kill. He's down to 4 HP. And wow, almost taking him down there was technique. And again, you know, Waz the only man on 19 HP. Looks like they're going to go for the short push. I love this player from Exabyte, making the fake down long and pushing all the way back down. There we go, the Trony taking down King. And we're back on a 4v4 situation here, but Ragnar only on 4 HP, and can technique make it happen yet? The Trony with the second of the round, and Rip taking 2 for himself. Sen taking down Rip though, and it's a 2v2 situation, and the Bravado players on 4 and 8 HP. Only one shot, but Ragnar takes down one. The man is defusing, and does Sen have any time left? He doesn't have a kit, but it looks like he's going to have enough time to defuse this, and maybe not the best decision there from Exabyte to peek out in the open. I mean, we saw Sent there 8 HP, Ragnar 4 HP, still getting the kill.
Yeah.
And you know, I kind of got to get the round to the Trony there.
Just a quick question: are you connected to the Go TV, or are you connected?
To the Go TV, yeah.
Are you okay? Because there was 1 or 2 situations which I noticed you were like kind of forecasting a couple of things there, and I thought you were connected to the live the live game. But yeah. No, for sure. Okay, cool. So yeah, I know, a bit of confusion on my side. But anyway, let's go into the second round here. It looks like Exabyte pushing up that top side area. So they're obviously going to try really hard to push into A, whilst the bomb from King is kind of sitting in that B side area. Good play here from Detrony, managing to pick off Waz and Lighters. He's got the support from his brother Sense. So a very difficult situation. Exabyte are in there, losing 3 players quite quickly in the top side. Now, all of a sudden, we've got a 2-on-5 situation as Technique and King desperately try to see if they can maybe push through somewhere to get that bomb down. There we go. Detrony picking up the third now. And trouble now for the Exabyte side as he picks up his quad kill. Brilliant play there from the Bravado side. And the score now is 2-0.
You know, again, I said that winning the eco. I'm just trying to look at some chats here. Not too much happening there, but again, you know, winning an anti-eco on Dust 2 is probably one of the hardest things to do. Just the dynamics of the map don't really allow for it too much. You know, that long range there is going to be in the CT side favor. You know, all they have to do is wait for the angle push, and they're going to have the superior weapons at the end of the day. I like the pickup here of the FAMASs and the M4s, you know, trading out those SMGs just in case they, as you see there, a full AK bar coming out of Exabyte. Waz taking down the man along there, and a nice little Molotov there coming out from Detrony, going to stop the push up the ledge here. And if he peeks out, can he get one of the picks at least? And he is going to take out one of the players. You know, Detrony really winning this game here for Bravado. Ragnar picking up one there with the nade from Detrony's spam. Ragnar picking up a second, but Lighter picks up the return kill there. And we're in a 3v2 situation in favor of Bravado. But again, Detrony's still alive and almost picking up the kill there, but even coming to the rescue. And Detrony with the absolutely amazing headshot down there on long on Ripped. And I mean, what is his score at the moment? His score right now, 8-2-1. You know, if they're not going to stop this man, there's no way they're going to get into that A bomb site. Maybe push a B?
Yeah, no, it's you know, a very interesting buy there from Exabyte Gaming. You know, going for the full AK buy, it could have worked there for them. They did pretty well, managing to get that pick quickly on long side, but still very good play here from the Bravado side on the defensive side of things. And now it looks like it's going to be a full-on B push here from the Exabyte team as Black Poison picks up 2. He gets a third with his partner Ragnar. So Ragnar basically still on pretty much full HP. Black Poison the only one there losing quite a lot of HP, only on 14 now. Waz the only one left on the team, so he's going to be playing the low side area. He's going to have to really try and get to that bomb side. Maybe go for the 2-pick. He's got the P250. He can do it. We have seen him before clutch very well, so he's going to expose himself now anytime now. You're almost getting picked off there by Ragnar, which he does, and Bravado go up 4-0.
You know, have you been seeing some demo watching here from Bravado what it was, but you know, Detrony moving all the way to that B side, no one actually watching middle. They sort of just left it alone and just 3-man stacked that B bomb side, threw the nades at the perfect time, maybe some time strats there. And you know, again, you know, they just read Exabyte like a book, and there's nothing much Exabyte could have done there. You know, they have the AWP on King now, that could make a difference. You know, we don't see Ragnar picking up the AWP at the moment. Score in favor of Bravado is 4-0. Here comes a flash down here into the B bomb side, but no push just yet from the Exabyte side. You know, bomb being dropped there at the back of B, but that could be rotated. Who's that player there? It's going to be Ripped. That could be rotated by Ripped at any time or at any moment. And I'm just going to switch over here to Lighter, as he's got the souvenir AK-47 Safari mesh in his hand with the DreamHack Winter sticker, and he's just going to be pushing into this into long doors here. He's going to be deterred there a little bit, you know, from the 2 Bravado players, just holding one just outside of pit and one holding in long. Not too sure who that player is. It is going to be Sent, but again, you know, here comes the mid push. This is what I love from the T side players. Take control of mid, and you can kind of push anywhere from there. Is there going to be a rotation here from long? Doesn't look like it. I'd love to see the mid play come out here, but again, you know, there goes the smoke from Lighters, and the mid play is going to be coming out. And here goes Lighters, here goes Technique. Molotov to deter them, and that's great play there from Bravado. I said before, are they watching demos of Exabyte on Dust 2? Because reading them like a book at the moment. You know, not reading that, or reading rather that it was a proper smoke there into the CT doors and not a fake smoke. Oh, there's a nice kill there from Lighters, jumping into Sen's face. Black Poison getting a double, and the trolley coming in. Black Poison goes down. Ragnar picks up one, and it's a 1v3 situation, all for King to do. And he's got the bomb there, just lying there on B bomb site. But here comes the Bravado players. Can he get the man coming down tunnels? He's going to be surrounded here. He's got to save this weapon. This is such an important weapon for him to save. And here comes the Bravado player. He's got to get the shot. He can't get the shot. He's living on 30 HP. He saves the weapon. And not looking so great here for Exabyte. Bravado reading every step they do.
Yeah, I know. Very, very close there for King. Almost losing that AWP. Luckily, his team are able to buy up a full stack of AKs. If we're looking at it now, King, the only one there not having armor. He's managed to buy kind of primary armor, but no helmet with that. So, but the rest of the side with AKs are doing that. Quickly looking at the overview now, it's quite of a split situation here for the Exabyte side. We've got 2 playing long, 2 in the B side area with the bomb. Ooh, Black Poison getting the pick on B there on King. So now the AWP is down. All of a sudden a problem now for the Exabyte side as Rip there coming to the party with a good exchange. And then Technique taking the man there on the mid side area. So now the B side is open. Black Poison still has that AWP looking down the tunnel side area. But just quickly looking at the overview, it looks like there is a bit of a collection on the mid side area from here, from the Exabyte side. They obviously are going to look to going on pushing maybe the B-side area from the lower tunnels. We can see one of the other players are playing inside that top side area as Technique takes his second there. Good shot there. Sent coming to the party and exchanging. Now we have a 2-on-3 situation. 2 AWPs against the whole stack of AKs. Fantastic AWP shot there from Sent. But it looks like Exabyte has moved into the B-side area. They're going to be getting that bomb down. So good support play here from Lighters and Ripped. They're going to have to be very careful though, because those AWPs can really be dangerous. Ooh, Lighters just not getting the pick there. Has Exabyte really tried desperately to get their first round in this game. So very slow play here. Looks like Sent probably will be coming from the tunnel side area. No, he's going to be moving. Yeah, he's going to come coming up the mid side. He's grabbed a different gun. He gets picked off there, but very good player from Exabyte, managing to get that bomb down and score their first round. The score now 5-1.
Yeah, I mean, great play there from Exabyte. You know, the tunnel play there from Sent would have worked out, but you know, you had to go trade that AWP for the M4, and that took way too much time there. I mean, you look now, and he kind of has no gun and no money at the moment. Only Ragnar and Deviant supplying any guns there, or any money rather for themselves. Ragnar picking up the AWP. Yeah, this is what I love to play, or this is what I love to see rather. And you know, again, if Exabyte had lost that, you know, I would have put it all down there to Raz pushing up short and not supplying or resupplying his teammates there on the B bomb side. An AWP battle might be happening down here mid. Is Ragnar going to get taken down? It doesn't look like it. He's going to come for the repick. Is that player going to be patient enough to wait for him? Gay takes him down. Great patience there from King. And that's going to open up the whole middle there. But again, you know, Exabyte playing it methodically, you know, they're not going to get any more rounds there to Bravado. And I think if they end up winning this round, you know, they're going to put Bravado on the eco. And that's exactly what they need to start bringing this back, bringing it to a 5-3 situation if they do end up winning this round and winning the eco at the end of the day. And again, you know, we've got a full M4 lineup here for Bravado. A lot of us, a big stack here towards the towards short and long, or I guess you could say A at all. But here comes Technique, takes down Sent. Great play from Technique. Didn't take any damage at the end. Looked like some blood was coming off him there, but you know, that's CSGO for you. But are we going to see Black Poison pick up the OPI middle? Here comes the mid player from Exabyte. Great play. Whoever making these calls here for Exabyte right now is calling it perfectly. And I think we're going to have to see the save here from Bravado. So what are your thoughts on that round? I don't think you can play that any more perfect than Exabyte did.
Yeah, beautiful player. I definitely need to give credit to Technique here. He managed to get 2 kills there. Quite 2 important ones. King, obviously, with that fantastic AWP shot on the mid-side area, eliminating that mid-side threat. So now all of a sudden, Black Poison's under pressure. He's going to have to support from the B-side, which he did. He came down into the mid-side area, but very, very orchestrated. Brilliantly put together there by the Exabyte side. As they came out of mid, they eliminated Black Poison. He had no chance. Smoked up that CT spawn, went straight for the plant. Boom, there we go. Round 2 in for the Exabyte side. So now as we go into the 8th round, Exabyte are obviously quite comfortable with the buy situation. They got the AWP of Kings. They didn't lose a single man that round, which was very, very good. But now looking at Bravado's finances, they are a little bit in trouble. They've got 2 M4s in the hands of Detrony and Deviant. So the A side is cleared up, but it looks like they are taking a little bit more of a gamble here in kind of boxing off this A side area. Exabyte going to be going for their standard default hold, having 1 play the mid side and 2 in A and 2 in B. So just looking at the slow play now, this could work for them, but maybe they're not too sure that that Bravado is saving at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I really like to have seen the P250 armor buy rather than just P250s come out of Bravado. You know, they kind of just like they sort of got to put Exabyte on eco, and I think by doing that, you know, they don't have to worry about ecoing right now. I mean, they've got 5 rounds, which is actually more than enough in my opinion. But I think they really should have just kept Exabyte on their feet. But again, you know, Detrony and Deviant having M4s of their own. I mean, those are the 2 best players right now for Bravado, in my opinion. But again, you know, King taking down Deviant, that M4 is going to get dropped, and Black Poison getting taken out. That's going to open up this 8th side. Again, Ragnar getting taken out. Only 1 M4 here in favor of Bravado, and that's going to be left on the B side, nowhere in sight. And who's that player there at the end? It's going to be get taken down actually at the end of the day. I was trying to switch to him, but it was sent there on that A bomb side. Exabyte playing that perfectly, not losing 1 player at all. And that's just going to allow them to rack up the money and bring this to a 5v3 or 5-3 scoreline rather.
Yeah, so just let's quickly have a look at the scores here. Some very good overall player from the Exabyte side. Not really anyone that is kind of shining out as a star, but quickly looking at Bravado, Detrony there, 9'2". So if we look at the current situation here with the total damage dealt, and then we're going to go at the cash amount and equipment value here. Kind of, as you can see, the saves, you know, taking place here from the Exabyte side. Bravado kind of still around. They're not really having a full save. Dropped there on that last moment. And then if I quickly go just to the total kill cache, I mean, what a jump here for Exabyte, just coming into the vicinity of Bravado there. And perhaps maybe in the next round or 2, they'll be able to equal themselves up, you know, to Bravado's level on the money side. But now, as we go into round 9, Bravado now having a couple of more M4s and a max 7 in the hands of Black Poison. Let's see how effectively he can use that shotgun, because we have seen it before. That shotgun is potent and it really, really can work. But it looks like Bravado are pushing this B side very aggressively as Waz takes down Black Poison. So the max 7 is out of the question here as Bravado fall down a member there. So we got a 4-on-5 situation. Looking at it now, Bravado kind of very aggressively on the B side stance, although they are kind of more, how do I say, defensive on the A. So they've taken control of the tunnel side area. Very good aggressive play from Bravado. Let's see if they can actually keep it. That's more so the question I've got to ask here. Can Bravado keep that B and kind of eliminate that possibility of the Exabyte side moving in and out their tunnels? I mean, that's a whole avenue that's being blocked off now. So kind of clever play here from them. However, there we go. Detrony losing his life there to the Molotov from Technique. Now we got a 3-on-5 situation. A bit more of a problem now. King is waiting for someone to pass around that corner. Ooh, he misses the pick and almost gets Ragnar. Ragnar is so lucky to walk away there with 10 HP. He's still got the M4. Technique kind of harassing the topside area now, kind of trying to indicate that they're going to be moving towards A, which is not the case as he moves out to middle. He picks off 1 brilliant play there. The Exabyte side now moving into the B side, getting rid of Ragnar, and Deviant now the only one left against 4 Exabyte players. Very well executed strat there from Exabyte.
I mean, at the moment they're looking like a world-class team at the moment. You know, I think if they win this, they're going to put Bravado on the eco. It is going to happen. It looks like they're going to be on the eco unless Deviant if Deviant can save this weapon and just buy it for his team, then with Detrony going to be on about 4k as well. But again, you know, I just want to alt tab there. Anyway, you know, the rotations coming out of Exabyte, you know, they had 24 seconds left. They didn't stress about anything. They said, okay, listen guys, don't go short. There's still 2 players there. Again, you know, just a little side tip there. Deviant losing the M4. That's not going to work in Bravado's favor. They should be on the eco now. I guess they could buy, but it's going to be a very risky buy. You know, some P250s maybe coming out with some M4s. And it looks like they're going to eco. So again, you know, this should be Exabyte's round. And you know, great player there from Exabyte, reading Bravado just as well as Bravado was reading them. And you know, that tunnel push there from Bravado was actually one of an amazing strat there to pull out, but kind of just given away from the trainee. You know, he partialed Black Poison in the head. Maybe a little bit of a lack of communication there, and gave away all three Bravado players' position. And again, you know, the two Exabyte players playing outside of tunnels, they just waited for them. And that's all they had to do to win the round, you know. And he has a great player here from, who's this player here, Lighter. And all he's got to do is just wait for the long push to come through, or deter it at least. And that's what he's done there. Three players from Bavada running all the way back to A. And if you're looking at the minimap now, you know, there's no players there on B bomb site. And if Exabyte can read this well, maybe they can get this round as well. You know, it is an anti-eco, so all they got to do is play as methodically as they can. Here comes three players from Bravado, and Lights are playing this well, waiting for the player down long. They take him down, he knows he's there, that's more than good enough. And that player's going to be deterred, gets taken back. But again, you know, Detroni taking down one kill, King taking down Detroni, Ragnar taking down Waz in the middle. That's quite a weird kill there. I'd like to see Lighters throw that gun just a little bit further into the tunnels. When the rotation comes, you know, maybe he doesn't find that gun too easily. But again, you know, 3v3 on an anti-eco. If Exabyte loses this round, that's going to go all their momentum, all their motivation gone out the door. And yeah, again, who's this player? It's going to be Black Poison to stop this attack here, stop the onslaught here from Exabyte. They need to check all their corners. They still have 18 seconds left. Is this player going to get taken down? Lighters gets taken down, but Rip taking him down. Rip taking a second. Rip playing absolutely amazing right now. And it's all up to the bomb plot going down. But Deviant saying no. Deviant takes him down, but King just winning the round there with his Glock. And closer than it should have been.
Yeah, no, it's very great to see that Exabyte is jumping back into this. It's a 5-on-5 now, so Bravado now in a little bit of a situation. However, they got the cash now, so now we're going to see the four M4s coming out. It's going to be a little bit more difficult for Exabyte to take another round. Ascent now playing with the AWP, it's definitely going to work there for him. So he's going to be playing the wrong side area by the looks of it. Just quickly looking at the scores there, Detroni still quite on top there with 10 for 4. But as you can see, the entire Exabyte side kind of sharing the kills between the lot now. They've got their default hold again here. They're going to be playing 2 mid instead of the 1. And then a single Lighters looking at A side area there. So now, slow play again here comes from the Exabyte side in this 11th round here, pretty much tied up, 5 apiece. Bravado, you know, a little bit in trouble here. I wouldn't say too much. They've got the necessary 5 rounds as the CTs, so already they are playing pretty well. Exabyte jumping back into this very well. And I'm enjoying the fact that they are able to pull off the strats that they have and breach the B sites and A sites and actually get the bomb down. But a very good counter smoke there from Ragnar as we see the Exabyte side kind of moving towards the mid side area, maybe clumping up there a bit. Now Technique moving up the top side area, so he's going to be engaging pretty shortly. He's got Sent to contend with, who is waiting with that AWP, takes him out, and now we have a 4-on-5 situation. Exabyte needs to be very careful on how to breach the site here, but it looks like a good smoke here from Lighters as he moves into the mid-side area. He's got Detroni to contend with. He gets taken out there by Detroni as Waz and the team moves into the B-side area. They've got a Ragnar to contend with, Detroni with support, and now some very good aiming here from Ragnar as he takes a pick. Gets the support now from Detroni as he tries to pick off one. He gets the pick there. And looking at now, King, the last one left here. 4 Exabyte, 5 seconds on the clock. And Bravado shut them down. So pretty not so bad round there from Bravado. You know, bouncing back here and defending pretty well.
I mean, that could have actually gone either way. I thought that Bravado was going to win that straight out of the blocks there, you know, when they got those first 2 picks. But, you know, Exabyte actually bringing it to 1v2 is actually quite good there for them. You know, making it a little bit more expensive here for the Bravado side, not making it a flawless round there for them. Sent getting saved the AWP there, that's going to help them down long here. You know, Lighters just going to have to be waiting down those double doors there, waiting for any silly pushes from the Bravado players. But again, you know, slow round coming out of both teams here, you know, obviously slow round here for Bravado, no aggressive pushes. And Exabyte playing this mid side really well. You know, they're taking their time to push it, not giving Bravado any easy picks there. And again, you know, 4-man down middle. I like the push up, but there's no one actually watching middle. There actually is. There is going to be Detroni. I switched to him just before I finished that sentence, luckily. And you know, this is going to be a big player from Detroit if he can make this out. King might just have seen his head there, I'm not too sure, but maybe not even going to be able to get the shot there. Anyway, Center takes down Lighters there on the long area, or was actually shorter if I'm not mistaken. And again, here comes the short push here. Who's that player? Is it going to be Technique? You know, he's been the entry fragger here for Exabyte time after time, and at the moment he's probably playing the better of the Exabyte players. You know, King just holding the mid doors there. Is the push going to be coming out of Exabyte? The push is going to be coming out, and Bravado are going to be ready for this push. There goes Sen taking out his second of the round, and Sen taking his third. Detroni, his brother, taking one, and that's just going to deter the push completely from Exabyte. What do you think about Exabyte's play now? Is it getting worse, or do you think Bravado is just getting better?
Well, I think Bravado, I think, you know, in this case, what could have happened is that, you know, Sent obviously had a chat with his team there and said, listen, you Oaks, we're going to have to, you know, dig deep now and defend off well, because otherwise we're going to sit with a situation that we are going to, you know, have quite a lot of rounds against us, and going into the CT side, we're going to make this difficult for us. So he's probably sat down with his team, had a quick pep talk in kind of like mid-round or just in the beginning of the round, and as you can see, Bravado now kind of digging deep and really coming into this game again. So now, going into this 13th round here, Bravado 7-5 up. Exabyte now on the eco round. Couple of P250s, no armor purchases, so 2 Glocks and 3 P250s. It looks like they are bunching up that B-side area, so they're going to have to breach it pretty hard. But Light is now throwing the smoke into that CT side area. He's going to be going in, trying to see if he can get a pick off. Does he get the pick? Oh, unfortunately getting picked off there by Dechany. But now the pressure's applied here, but some great USP action there from Black Poison, picking up 2. He's got the support from Ragnar, who finishes off the round, and Bravado take the 8th round there, 8-5.
I mean, great round there from Bravado, you know, only losing Black Poison. More than enough money for him to just buy up a weapon again. And double AWP setup working so well here for Bravado. You know, if it's not Sent getting the kills, it's going to be Ragnar. And again, you know, Exabyte just need to bring something different to the playing field now if they're going to bring it to an 8-7 scoreline, which isn't too bad at the end of the day. You know, this map is even though a lot T-based bias. But at this level, you know, it doesn't matter too much at the end of the day. But great player from Bravado, I have to say it. You know, Sent getting taken out, that's the big player there for A. And if they do decide to, there we go, King taking down Ragnar, both AWPs down there from one great player there from King. And I think Exabyte's going to decide to go short here. You know, they've done it before. Only thing stopping them was Sent and a little bit of a form from the of the Trony. But without Sent watching that A bomb side, I think that's going to be the perfect spot for them to go. Oh, excuse me. Are we going to see the rotation come out earlier from Black Poison? That could help a lot watching this mid area. He sees one player on short. He's going to give the information to his teammates. But Waz is going to be waiting for him at the end of the line there in tunnels. And there we go. Deviant with an aggressive push taking down King. And there's the playmaker getting another kill there onto Lighter. And that shouldn't be happening there from Deviant. That was a silly play there from Exabyte. But Ripped redeems his team and takes him out. And what is the play here going to come out of Exabyte? A has been open, but there we go. Detroni picking down 2 in the middle. And maybe Exabyte playing it a little bit too slow for their likings. And who's the last player? It's going to be Waz. And he's going to come into contact with Black Poison here on the B bomb side. And can he take him down? He takes him down. This is a big opportunity here for Waz. If he pushes through these double doors here, he could be facing Detroni in a second. But Detroni gets his third of the round. 11 HP left on him, saves the off, and you gotta say it, you know, one brother goes down and the other brother picks up the slack with his triple of his own. What do you think Exabyte's gotta do?
Yeah, I know. Exabyte in a bit of trouble here going into this last round. So we're on the 15th round here. Exabyte is really going to have to try and pull out all the stops to actually get this round. So they got a couple of rifles and an AWP in the hands of King. King is obviously going to have to make big use of it. You know, get those mid picks or even go long with his team to try and go in and get the picks. So it looks like a very quick breacher from Waz as he gets the pick there on Deviant. So good play here from Exabyte. But now the pressure is on as Sent is AWPing from the long side area. He's got the support from Detrony, so Exabyte needs to be very careful when breaching the long side area. It looks like they are moving a little bit back now. There is some support from the top there by the means of Ripped as he tries to take on Sent. Lighters will be supporting him now. Just quickly looking at the overview, we got 2 guys playing in the long side area. There, King getting the pick on Sent, also important, the AWP down, and now we have a 3-on-4 situation as Exabyte breach into the A site. Let's see if they can smoke up the city spawn area. Black Poison with a good trade there, but good player from King as he picks up the double. And then Detrony as well. supporting very well from the CT spawn area. He gets a double there. Now it's a 1-on-2 situation. Waz, all the experience in the world. He's going to go. Oh, fantastic shot on Destiny. And now Ragnar, the only one left here. He's got the M4 against Waz. And he ends off Waz. Very unfortunate there for Exabyte. And Bravado looks like they're going to be claiming their 10th round. Awesome, awesome shot.
I mean, if you look at the scoreboard now, I mean, yeah, that was an amazing shot, but my scoreboard going down there. Look at the Trony, look at Ragnar. Maybe Ragnar not having as much of a good KD there, but again, you know, the Trony 18, 5, and 6, and you know they try to shut him down, but before he goes down, he ends up taking 2 or 3 Exabyte players with him, and that's just not going to help them at the end of the day. You know, they are on the T side now, and winning 10-5 is not looking in Exabyte's favor at all. And if they play their T side like any other T side's going to play it at this level, you know, Exabyte not looking in a good position. But again, you know, anything can happen. You know, we saw Bravado taking 10 rounds there. Maybe the Exabyte players can step up individually and as a team and just start getting some rounds there, putting Bravado on eco rounds, and that's going to help them.
Yeah, I think that definitely will work there. But good shot here from Ripped as he takes the first blood against Sent. Now we have a 4-on-5 situation. A lot of pressure applied now to the Bravado side all of a sudden by a fantastic shot from Ripped there. Let's see if they can pull it off. Oh, Bravado coming back there and taking down Waz. So we got a 4-on-4 situation. Ripped now a little bit low in HP, but looking at the current strat here, Bravado kind of clumping together again on that mid-side area. King's got some work on his hands there. However, he's fed the information through to the side as Technique kind of waits it out now. There's 3 guys waiting in that top side area here for Bravado, but one breach on the long side as Lighters has left it open. But good play there. He manages to pick off the one. Let's see if Technique can get another pick here. Ooh, unfortunately being picked off there by Detrini, but no, look at this. Bravado running all the way back into the B-side area and forcing the over-rotate from Ripped. So Ripped will be making his way back as Black Poison plants that bomb. A little bit of a problem now for Bravado. I mean, for Exabyte.
Yeah, I love the positioning here from Ragnar. Ripped almost nading himself to death there and gets taken down from Black Poison. But again, you know, Trony getting the opener of the round and, you know, getting another one there onto Technique on short. Kind of just ending the round there. Ragnar getting the last kill, coming up from behind there. And, you know, sort of a map victory here, almost for Bravado. You know, it was said in the chat, if they do win the pistol, it's kind of over. But, you know, we saw the other day with DC versus EC, anti-eco win after anti-eco win. And, you know, Black Poison not buying anything at the end of the day. Kind of a weird buy. Maybe just saving up for an AWP of his own. Maybe feeling confident enough that he can be the AWP here for Bravado on this map. He's done it on that B-bomb side just a little bit already. And an aggressive player from Exabyte. Oh, the nades coming down are just going to stop them in their tracks. And Detroni getting one. Ragnar getting one on the nade. And Rip brought down to 47 HP. Not going to be helping him at all. And again, you know, here comes the rotation here from Exabyte. Maybe a little bit too slow, but Technique gets taken down from Black Poison's USP, proving he doesn't need a gun at all. Detroni with his second of the round. And can he clean it out? Sense looking in the right direction. Now so is Detroni. They know exactly where King is. And King getting Detroni a little bit low. They get taken down from center at the end of the day. You know, Bravado looking so on form right now. And maybe a little bit of inexperience here as a team coming out from Exabyte. You know, just these clutch rounds and the end of the game, maybe not just working out for them at the end of the day.
Yeah, so at the moment it looks like Bravado are pretty much in the driver's seat in this map, but you never know what will happen here because as you can see, Exabyte has gone for a full FAMAS buy. They're obviously very desperate now to take a round off the Bravado side. This can happen if they catch Bravado off guard, as it looks like it's a full rush on the long side, but brilliant play here from Exabyte as they take out 3 quick players. Ragnar, the other one left, he's getting the support from his teammate, but doesn't look like they're going to be going anywhere as that bomb is down. So very good defending here from the Exabyte side. Waz still there with his teammates. Ooh, the nade's going to come in. It doesn't pick him off though. Can he get another pick? Looks like quite a bit of pressure now applied from the backside area from Exabyte as they go into that hut area and try to eliminate King, and Waz then picking up kills, and Waz actually getting the double, and very good play there from Exabyte. Really, really needed. Honestly, really needed.
Yeah, that's the round that they kind of had to win. You know, they've picked up some guns here of their own, and they're sitting quite comfortably. You know, King on 350, and maybe that's their lowest play in terms of money. The rest of them sitting from 1.5 to 2k and that's going to help them out if they can end up winning this round here. You know, got sent with the AWP again, just pushing this B tunnel. Is he going to find a pick there? Not looking like he's going to go for the pick straight away, and just going to be looking down here into, into the tunnels here. But you know, Exabyte just got to play it slow. They got to not take risks too early in this game. You know, it's not over by a long shot. You know, I think if they lose this round, I think they're going to be put on an eco again. But I think from there, you know, they're going to start taking risks, maybe buying some Novas, some P250 armor bars. But, you know, again, I'm not in the mindset here of the Exabyte players. Neither am I in the mindset of the Bravado players. But another thing here I just noticed is technique sitting with the Molotov in hand. And again, you know, that can work out in their favor. We saw Bravado actually starting to use Molotovs there and on the CT side. And that kind of just stopped the whole push there down middle from Exabyte. And again, you know, we saw it being put down in darkest from their T play. No Molotovs coming out of them this round here. You know, they are low on money. This is gonna be the buy of bars. You know, whoever loses this round is in a bad situation. And again, you know, Ragnar taking down Light Descent, almost finding the shot there on the B player, getting taken down from kind of weird nade there from Rift. I don't know how it did so much damage, but taking down Sent there with the AWP, and this man in Windows kind of got to wait. I think it's gonna be was Technique jumping out there. Rather, my camera went a little bit funny, but Waz taking down one there. Waz looked like he was taking down two, but it was just a flash glitch. And again, you know, a 2v3 situation, almost 2v2 I almost said there, because Deviant only on 3 HP. And again, their King getting taken down. We've spoken about this position before, and Bravado 13-6 winning the round. We spoke about the position before. You know, it's so hard to retake the B bomb site. Even if you have flashes, smokes and nades, even a Molotov, you know, just holding those three areas of contention isn't so hard for the T side once the bomb is down.
Yeah, no, just quickly having a look at this situation here. Bravado playing quite a slowish game there, but you know, that definitely caused the pressure to be applied, because I think, you know, kind of making the decoy here or making the decoy there, all of a sudden just changed this whole thing around. So quickly looking at the overview now, it's a full-on stack here from the Exabyte side as they try to box in. They get the pick on Black Poison, so they can use that gun in their favor. As Technique picks it up, he's going to have to use it or jump back. It looks like he is going to be still... no, looks like he's going to be jumping back now. But Bravado now slowly moving their way in towards this B-side area here. There's no Exabyte players around, so... yeah, I mean, it's kind of like just a walk-in to get the plants, and as you can see now, they're kind of just firing from the B-side door area and getting the picks. Technique there, the only one there with an AK actually going down, so a bit of a problem for the Exabyte side. A quick jump in here from Lights as he gets picked off by Arachno, and we've got a 3-on-4 situation now. More so in favor for the Bravado side, as they have got the guns. And looking at now King and Rip, the only two left here, not really picking up an AK or anything, just kind of going for it to try and see if they can maybe make a difference. There, Ragnar getting another pick there on King, and Ragnar, the last one left. He gets another pick and finishes the round off with a trip. And the score now 14-6 for the Bravado team.
Yeah, I mean, Bravado just looking way too strong for Exabyte. But again, you know, Exabyte do look like a strong team. You know, some rounds just going a little bit out of their favor. You know, maybe give them a couple more months and they'll be on form. But again, you know, Bravado playing so incredibly well now. If they can bring this form over to the DC game, the finals that will be happening after this game. A little bit of a fail flash there from Deviant, not going in the right direction. And a nice nade there from one of the Exabyte players, bringing him down to half HP, sent to 77. And we see, we often see this coming up, but we see the scout bar coming out here from King, and it's worked for him in the past couple games. But again, you know, you're facing the likes of Bravado, and if you're not going to get that headshot with the scout, that could be your death. Deviant just going to pick up the bomb here, throw it a little bit closer to the players there, down short. Going to be holding this long sight here. Hopefully, he can get the flash out properly. Does get the flash out properly, and he's going to be 1v1ing here against Waz. Is he going to check his corners? And I hope he's going to check this door here behind him, because if he doesn't, Waz is going to take him down. And Black Poison getting taken low here, down to 30 HP. Sent here with Deviant, but Detroni, the man you can count on. Here comes the spam out of Deviant, and I don't know if you heard the play or what it was, but again, Deviant taking down Waz, Detroni onto Lighters. And Detroni, you know, you've got to praise him more than anything right now, because there's his third of the round. Is he going to get his fourth? The man is left, right on the bomb. So look at Technique at the moment. I don't know if you see this. They are laughing. And wow, he takes down Sent. 100% getting one knife stick there on him, but again, Detroni, what is his end game score? 27, 7, and 8. The man below him is Rachno, 21, 4, and 9. But again, Detroni, there's no stopping him at the moment. And, scores 15-6, not over just yet. But facing against Detroni now, I don't think anyone's going to have a good time, even the DC players.
Yeah, so just looking at Detroni now and Rachno, both they're two very good star players for the side, and it's obviously showing here again, they're taking the frags. Quickly jumping into the 22nd round here, it looks like Bravado are trying to spam that long side area, get a pick on Waz, but in desperation now, there's a P250 buyer from Exabyte, but it might just be a little too late as they go in and Sent getting the first pick there on Lighters. So we have a 4-on-5 situation now. King trying to get a couple of shots off with that scout, not really getting anything from it now. Bravado kind of moving that bomb in the long side area here. They get the pick on Waz, so now the A side should be open here. Still spamming that long side area. Obviously thinking there are more players there. Black Poison getting the pick on top against Technique. And now we have a 2-on-5. And it looks like Bravado are pretty much set to play damage control in the final year. Very unfortunate for the Exabyte side. They played a very good game of CS in the first, I would say, 10 rounds. But unfortunately, really didn't even pick up one round as the CT side, which maybe is something they need to go and work on at a later stage. So just quickly to let you guys know, we're going to be casting the grand final in the next couple of minutes. We're probably going to take about a 10 to 15 minute break, and then we'll be back. So we are a little bit delayed. We managed to catch up some time here. The game will probably start at about 8:30 Central African time for some of you European players that are joining in to have a look. And then we'll be back. I mean, what's your thoughts on the round that was just played, Dave?
Well, I mean, in terms of the round, it's just a standard Bravado round, just crushing Exabyte players one by one. But I mean, in terms of the game, I kind of just got to give. I know you got the full MVP, 5-star MVP there from Detroni, but MVP of the whole game, throughout and through in, is definitely going to be Detroni for me. The reason Bravado winning that game so hectically, I think the end score there was 16-7, if I'm not mistaken, 16-6 or 16-7. But he takes down 2-3 players. He either lives or dies. But at the end of the day, that's his job done. And the likes of Black Poison, Sent, Rachno, and Deviant, they literally just have to look for the 2 last players of Exabyte. And if Detroni's going to do that work versus DC, I don't see them winning this grand final. And I can kind of see why Bravado actually won Rage. I know, Detroni actually going to DreamHack for Quake, but I mean, just helping his aim there a little bit more for Counter-Strike, and it shows, not missing a shot, not missing a beat, and at the moment he just looks like he's on form.
Yeah, this is quite the interesting one, because I remember that as far as I'm aware, DC, talking about DGC now, DC didn't eliminate Bravado, but they kicked Bravado down into the losers bracket. And that's basically, obviously, Bravado went back and did some homework and came to realize that they've got some work to do. And I think this might be the case again. They might just come back again and really give a really good, they give them a really good run for their money. I mean, DC showed fantastic form and fantastic finesse in their last game against Bravado. But that's the thing. I mean, things can obviously change in this last final match here between these two. I really can't say who's going to take it at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the 2 best teams in South Africa at the moment being DC and Bravado. You kind of can't give it any way. We haven't seen DC play today. We've seen them playing in the past. Obviously definitely look on form. Having the sub goals, he is playing quite well at the moment. But the players you're looking out for, we saw that astonishing play there from Styles on that train map there, and is that something that's gonna stop Bravado picking train again, or do you think that they feel confident enough to relook at the game and see exactly what they did wrong and maybe bring out the victory again? Or what are your thoughts on that?
Um, to be honest, it's kind of like an anything goes type of story, I think, because at this moment it's very difficult to say that Bravado is just kind of going to push train aside. I think Bravado probably went back to the drawing board over the last couple of days and reanalyzed the way that they play their CS. And I think that's going to be heavily dependent on, like on tonight specifically. Well, tonight's going to be heavily dependent on that if they prepared well enough. But I think they did, and I think DC did it as well. And I really think we're going to have quite a close game here. It's not going to be something that's just going to be overlooked and kind of just assumed right off the start that DC is going to take it. I think it's going to come down right to the wire. Although DC are going 1-0 up in this game, I think Bravado is not going to be phased about that, because that's pretty much the case when it comes to the final, if you know what I mean. At DGC, I mean, Bravado there didn't really care about it. It was kind of a situation where they knew they were 1-0 down, but I think they can just jump right back at it and give DC a go for their money again and pretty much come right out on top.
Yeah, I think this is kind of just going to cement, if Bravado end up winning, it's kind of just going to cement their name in the trophy just once again. Still best team in South Africa, and if DC do win it, we have explained before that it is an online competition. Maybe the last competition or tournament for the year. I'm not too sure if there's going to be others, but winning that last competition of the year is in my opinion kind of a big thing. It kind of just states who's going to be coming in as favorite for the next year, and I think DC are going to come out with all guns blazing. After losing Rage to Bravado, they're obviously not happy about that, having that one map advantage coming from the winner bracket. Do you know if that's going to be happening in this tournament at all? Apparently, I remember reading somewhere that it won't be happening.
What's
No
that?
winner's advantage. One map advantage.
No, I just got confirmation that DC is going to be 1-0 up. They're going to have a winner's advantage, so it's the normal standard layout as far as I'm aware. Okay, guys, we will see you in approximately 10 or so minutes. About 5 or so minutes. We're just going to have a quick break on our side. Obviously refill the glasses of coffee or water, whatever, and then we will start the cast on the DC versus Bravado Gaming final, which is going to be quite a cracker. I'm looking forward to that. So I'll see you shortly. Just to confirm it, the score was 16-7 or 16-6.
That's the thing. I'm not even too sure anymore. I don't know if they got around. Actually, I think it was 16-7.
Yeah.
I think so.
No, at halftime it was 10-5, and they got one round, so it was 16-6. That's right. Yeah.
Only one round. They actually only did me one round.
Yeah. 16-6 to Bravado.
Kind of unlucky there. Yeah.
So anyway, guys, we'll see you in a couple of minutes, and then we'll start the cast of the grand final of the Arena Cup. Just a quick shout out and thank you to Steel Series and NAG for sponsoring this event, and a great thank you to Arena for hosting this cup. We'll see you guys shortly.